Moving ahead, next we have Mr. Arunkumar Thangapandian, a business intelligence specialist who will take us through how UNICEF has transformed fundraising using first-party data. Let's welcome him and make this moment more joyful.
I work with, I'm Arun and I work with UNICEF, and UNICEF is part of United Nations agencies, and I work in the fundraising team, which is similar to your sales team, as you can see, in the commercial world. And I'm responsible for implementing MarTech applications within the UNICEF environment. There is a case study that we have implemented in UNICEF, which I want to take you through. But before that, this is a general introduction about why UNICEF thought that first-party data is important. All of these points have been spoken by all of the speakers why first-party data is important, and especially when in 2025 why we need with privacy and third-party cookies going away. And for UNICEF it was more important because we solicit donations through digital channels as well as offline channels. 90% of our sales come through, when I say sales, it is the donations which comes from our offline events, which is face-to-face campaigns or activation in malls, and about 10% of our conversions happen through digital platforms. So we took this as a challenge to convert through and cost efficiency, because we are able to segment and target the right people, show them the right messaging. We are able to get the cost efficiency here, and dynamic personalization and retargeting. Since we separated all of it, stemmed out of this first point, where when you have a lot of inbound crowd and you don't know who is with what intent, it was becoming very difficult to retarget on all website visitors or all on social media engagers. But with this first-party data, we were able to separate that out and put that personalization and the messaging clear. And donor engagement, it is after somebody donates to us, it is a monthly donation that keeps continuing. So we have to make sure that the data stays with us and what were the touch points that led them to the donation. And we wanted to, we are currently in the implementation stage of post-conversion tracking within customer labs. So these are some of the actions that we are doing, which is server-side tracking, which Customer Labs is doing for us. Data unification is one of the main server-side tracking. You can do it through any other platform, but data unification predominantly happens at Customer Labs. And consent-based ecosystem, consent is also again very well implemented within UNICEF because of the compliance. Unlike e-commerce or other commercial, we don't have some certain liberties to implement without the consent, even though we operate within India. So using a platform like Customer Labs will help us in getting the consent. And the adoption of first-party data and integrating the offline. And somebody was, I remember, was asking about lead generation, which might lead, the leads might have 6 months and so on. So what I see is we also do generate leads for our telemarketing systems, and we have a lead time of about 4 to 6 weeks. And each of these, even the funnel stages, are being tracked within the platform. So you know, first thing is you receive the lead, then you qualify the lead, then an intent is made, then there is a callback that is being arranged, and then after that they say that they promise to pay is like next week. So we track all of this funnel events and then feed it into the lead generation platform, which is Facebook for us, so that the platform understands the lead stages, and then once it learns the lead stages, then it is able to give us better quality leads and the cost per lead is also optimized over a period of time. So this is specific into the case study that we are getting into. So for a non-profit, all of this word cloud that is being mentioned is a jargon. I mean, for a commercial company, still they will understand why data is important, how they look at the dashboards and all of it. So for me, as a MarTech implementation person lead, I had to make this jargons to be available with the management team. So I had to take them through sessions on how, what is first party data, what is data collection, what is it, why is it important, why should we change. So this, using training the management team was the first step. And once we have this, the management was onboarded, then they started giving us fundraising environment operated through grant, and we received the grant to actually implement more of marketing technology systems into our ecosystem. And this year also we will be using advanced platforms to implement this. So this is how we are starting. So this is how it currently our data was there. And then we understood that first party data, which we as UNICEF will own, will bring all of this together. And Customer Labs as the platform which was tying out all the data which was scattered. I mean, for example, it could be lying in our telephony CRM, it was lying in our event CRM, it was lying in our face-to-face fundraising platform which was used by another. We almost have 10 to 12 applications, different applications through which donations are received to UNICEF. So we had to, we can actually bring all of this together, and Customer Labs is helping us unifying those parameters together. And we know with that unification, we are able to see a 360-degree view of the prospect. First prospect, and once they become donor, so even a donor 360 portfolio is also helping us, because they are giving month on month, and once they, when are they going to discontinue, what is their pattern of, if I recruit somebody in, let's say, a select city mall, they tend to continue for longer versus a Pacific mall. Those are the insights that we are trying to get from first party data. So the online and offline touch points. Now the online touch points is easier to measure. Offline touch points is not very easy to measure. So we are using WhatsApp as our mechanism to bring offline interactions with our donors or prospects. So we have asked all our face-to-face or event partners to use WhatsApp journeys while they are in front of the prospect or the donors. So we have created the flows, and I'll also touch upon the technical aspect of how we are leveraging on the WhatsApp pump. Then we start using donor journeys, which helps us identify the high intent users, high intent prospects, as well as high intent donors. For us, even if the donor comes into the system, we can actually, if there is an emergency in Assam, if there is an emergency in Bihar, we can actually identify from this first party data that we have collected, these are the people who have already responded to such emergencies, and activate them real quick. And without this data, it was all on the individual teams. We were working in silos. The individual team members' intuition was coming into play. So in emergencies, we can't wait. The systems have to get activated on its own. So the automation that we have built on top of this helps us identify the potential people who are ready to respond to emergencies much faster than before. So again, I mean, this is the digital lead generation activation that we started. And again, one of the case study that I told earlier about mapping the lead funnel stage was implemented here, and we are tracking all of this um, CTWA leads using a parameter called as WhatsApp click ID. I don't know anybody who is running WhatsApp campaign whether you are using it or not. So WhatsApp click ID is something that is very unique. It is very similar to click ID of Facebook, G click ID for Google, and F click ID for Facebook. So these are being implemented again with the help of a solution like Customer Lab. And on the offline side, we have converted everything into every interaction into WhatsApp, so that the touch point is digital, not purely offline. And in the telemarketing interaction, we have a conversation with a prospect, and we send a flow through WhatsApp into the prospect's WhatsApp account, and then the journey is again becoming digital. So the call happens, call is tracked in our CRM, which is Salesforce, and then those events are all streamed into a singular view. And then we know that I have to call this person 3 times at this time to be able to get the conversion from there. So that the callers and the face-to-face people do not waste time on leads that are not able to convert. Rather, they can focus on, and the system is able to generate the propensity score and all of that we can build on top of it. And offline conversions, whatever was the dropouts, now because we have the digital footprint that has come to us, now we run, you won't believe that entire 2024, we ran only retargeting, and the entire retargeting, we were able to get about 6,000 conversions. 6,000 conversions, spent a very little money, just from, that was our digital strategy, because we didn't have that kind of a money which a commercial organization will have. So what we did was we got those high intent people, and they were dropping out at some point of time. We digitized them, retarget, and that was our way of sending good signals to Facebook. So again, I mean, like, this is a summary of what we did during the project. Again, one of the biggest learning from 2024 for us was we were able to get an optimized acquisition cost. We instead of relying only on offline channels, by moving into by increasing our online presence with the first party data, our overall cost per acquisition has come down. And this year we are targeting about moving the 10% digital presence into 30% digital, and by 2026 we are aiming that we should be 90% digital and 10%. So these are some of the other elements that came out of it, where these funnel fills which were happening. Previously we used to know that people are dropping off to top of the funnel, and by the time we know the conversions, we didn't know why they were doing it. Now with the 360 dashboard that we have, we are able to understand why certain segment of people are dropping out. A certain message is not resonating for triggering that donation. Maybe a slightly emotional appeal would work. For example, we found this insight that all our conversion happened between 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning, and then the next set of conversions started happening from 4 o'clock till 9 o'clock. So that kind of insights, which was previously there, but again we would only see page views and conversions, and we wouldn't really know why it hadn't happened. Then when we were able to separate the high intent users with non-high intent users, we were able to see that it is a donation that we are asking. People who are in their right mindset during the day, by the start of the day, and by the time they are during the work, or when somebody is doing something else, they are not going to stop that work and then come and donate. So we optimized for day parting for those hours during the optimization that we did. Similarly, retargeting with WhatsApp, now everybody is doing it, and I think with first party data we are able to see what is the right time, because we are capturing when we sent the last message to that person, when was that message delivered, when was the message read. So those information are available to us, so we know what is the kind of open pattern and what is the kind of delivery or read rate that this segment of people can have. And based on that, we are optimizing our WhatsApp retargeting campaign. And AI powered insights, again, it is helping us optimizing the messaging so that we know if we send a normal message or a highly emotional message, who are those set of people who are going to receive. Again, this is one thing that I wanted to emphasize on. A lot of people miss. I've seen multiple accounts who are trying to do this WhatsApp delivery, and what they don't focus on this CTWA, CLI. I don't think any of you, here I don't know, but people whom I have interacted with isn't aware of this completely. What is the purpose of this? And this helps us identify, this helps Facebook identify when you're running a lead generation campaign to map a particular person against the conversions. So when you're sending a conversion which is happening, and when you add this particular information along with it, and we are also testing this for a purchase which we are sending it from our CRM, which is Salesforce. So when we send all of this data with this information, by the way, you can also do it with your IG, which is Instagram. IG CLID is for Instagram and CTW is for WhatsApp. So when you send this information, it is able to attribute your messaging campaigns well. If you are doing messaging campaigns on Facebook, it will attribute that if I drive the messages to these kind of people, then the conversions will be more. So this is these are all possible because we have a platform like CL which allows the flexibility to send these type of events to server, and it is highly customizable, and our tech teams and their tech teams are able to integrate and work to send the events to platforms. Right now we are in the phase of collecting and accumulating a lot of events, and I think in the phase 2 we are planning to do the optimization and further conversion by maybe in 2026. When we meet, we have case studies with numbers, because we can just at 10% digital and about 6,000 conversions for a full year. We couldn't put that numbers journey in front of you, but in terms of achievement, I would say optimizing of cost, what we have achieved. If we spend let's say 6,000 rupees for acquiring a donor through offline, we are roughly around 1,000 rupees for digital. So that's the difference that we are seeing. And when we change the percentage from 90-10, we are seeing that we should be able to have much cost saved. And for us, UNICEF, the cost saved means the money going to children. I mean, like whatever money we don't waste here in the platform, we deploy it for children. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your insights, sir.
And Arun, we have been started working for almost 1.5 years now, and UNICEF is not a small project, and it is not easy to get approvals from his bosses. They call it as global team, and it's not quite easy. And we have been doing like step by step, but like Arun mentioned, 2025, I think we're going to work much closer and see this implementation going stronger and deeper. So for all the, thank you Arun, thank you very much.